Hola, welcome to today's show. This is to have a quick look at the different types of agents that you can use when you're looking to sell your property here in Spain. Generally there are two types, the standalone single office agent and agents that have a network of international agents that they work with. So when it comes to selling your property, it's really quite an important decision to work out what's going to be the best option for yourself. Now, I'll put my hands up here. I am slightly biased in this as Hola Properties is a network agent where we work with international agents all over the world and collaborate with them in order to help you achieve the best possible price in the best timescale for your property. But let's have a look at some of the reasons why I think that is really important for you. Number one, first and foremost, it gives you access to a much wider pool of buyers. When you are working exclusively with a network of agents across the world who are all speaking with their own clients and looking to refer them to your property, that's giving you the access to the widest possible pool of buyers, which in turn means that you stand the best chance of getting the best price in the quickest timescale and with the least stress and hassle to yourself. Number two, a much wider marketing reach. By having a diverse range of marketing tactics and strategies for your property can be targeted to where the individuals that it's most suitable for and therefore are most likely to pay you the best price are looking. Now, this can be different countries, it can be different local markets, there's a wide variety. But it also means that there's much more access to different marketing types. So for example, targeted social media marketing, Google Ads advertising, as well as international portals. These are going to give you a much better chance of finding the right buyer for you. Number three, a greater understanding of the factors that will affect your sale. Now, what does this mean? Well, in practice, having access to a network of international agents means that we will have a better understanding of local, legal, economic matters that are affecting buyers, particularly those who might have a property to sell as well. It also means we've got access to more information regarding each international marketplace and what's happening in each country, both in the property markets there and in the demand from buyers from those locations. This all adds up, meaning that we can direct the marketing strategy for your property more specifically to where the best buyer is likely to be found. Number four, better communication. By having a network of agents working together, it means that there's much more time and energy put into communicating with all parties involved and in turn being able to keep you up to date with what's happening to reduce the stress levels that are often there when you're selling a property. The advantage of this over having a one-person office is that the time is designated to each individual rather than one person trying to spread their time across 100 properties, for example. The amount of individual time that can be dedicated to you and your property is significantly reduced in that scenario. Whereas having a network of agents working for you who specialize in specific categories and specific parts of the transaction mean that you're going to be kept updated and communicated with on a much better basis. Number five, for most people, this is actually the most important one. It means you're going to sell for a higher price. By combining everything together, having more access to more buyers, a better marketing strategy, an actual structured marketing strategy, and great communication and knowledge within all of the areas surrounding your property transaction, all of this adds up to meaning that you're likely to achieve a much higher price than through selling with a non-exclusive network. Number six, you will have access to a broader range of services. Rather than you having to hunt around to find architects, lawyers, currency exchange, and many of the other things that are involved in property transactions, fortunately, having the network that we work with, we're able to help you with all of these. So it becomes a one-stop shop, again, saving you a large amount of time, hassle, and stress to ensure that your transaction goes through as smoothly as possible. Number seven, an increased likelihood of a quicker sale. Now there's two parts to this. Firstly, for yourself, it's really important that you achieve a sale within a realistic timescale and it's not dragged out so that you don't really know what's happening within your life and you're just waiting and waiting and waiting. Secondly, If buyers see a property has been on the market for a long time, they'll often think there's a problem with that property, or potentially they may have difficulty reselling it. Now, timescales for what is a slow mover, as it's often termed, vary in different parts of the world and in different markets, but it's something you need to be really aware of. The "I'm in no rush" phrase is something that's often heard from a seller's point of view, but from a buyer's point of view, a property that's been on the market for a long time is more of a liability than an exciting opportunity. So the time to sell is very important when it comes to achieving the best possible price for you. Number 8. This is certainly one of the most important. In many markets around the world, it is quite rare for a property to be what's termed as multi-listed, i.e. it's thrown out onto the websites by multiple agents. The reason for this is that in most markets, this has a twofold negative impact. Firstly, if a property is listed with lots of different agents and when a buyer is looking at it, they see it advertised in 5 different places, there are often 2 thought processes that take place. First and foremost, they must be desperate to sell. This usually means that anyone who is interested, if they haven't discarded it already, will make very low offers because they make the assumption that you're desperate to sell. Probably something you'd do if you saw the same property advertised everywhere. The other thing that happens is buyers think there must be something wrong with it. Otherwise, they wouldn't need to advertise everywhere. With this idea in mind, if a buyer does select your property on their chosen viewing list, the chances are they're going to assume something's wrong with it and the property is difficult to sell. In turn, this means they will make a lower offer. So again, it has a negative impact for you. Number 9, if I list my property everywhere, there's more chance of it selling. As we've discussed previously, this isn't a great idea. In many cultures and countries around the world and many property markets, multiple listing is a very dangerous thing for the reasons we've mentioned earlier. So it's really important not to fall into that trap and think that if your property is listed everywhere, it's going to be a better option. The best option always is to list with an agent who has access to a large network of agents where those agents are working on your behalf and they're collaborating together, but you're not oversaturating the market with the wrong type of advertising. Number 10, the "are they working hard for you" myth. Now, this is one that we hear certainly quite a lot, that if you are on an exclusive listing, then there's no incentive for the agent to try and sell the property for you, as opposed to if you've got 5 agents multi-listed who are all trying to sell it. Well, this is a common myth. The reason being, if a good professionally registered agent with a large network is going to invest their money up front in marketing your property, which is often several €1,000s up front, they have a vested interest in finding you a buyer and are exclusively dedicated to finding you that buyer. If, however, they take listings from everywhere and they're not investing a large amount of money in a proper digital marketing strategy, it's kind of a case of, well, if it's listed with 5 people, I've got a 1 in 5 chance of maybe selling the property. So they're unlikely to invest much time and effort into that when there's very little chance of them actually finding a buyer. So that myth is easily dispelled and has been proven across the decades where professionally registered agents with a defined marketing network are always going to outperform when it comes to selling your property for you. As a quick roundup, the best and proven strategy is to have a network of agents who are collaborating together working on your behalf. This will give you reach into the international markets, both on an international and a local level, which is vitally important for you. So don't hesitate to get in touch if you would like to know a bit more about that, and we can give you a quick review on your individual property and advise you on the best circumstances and the best digital marketing strategy specifically designed to get you the best price in the best time scale possible. Hey, thanks for watching, and please comment below if you would like any more information or you have any questions about selling property in Spain. Look forward to speaking to you soon. Goodbye for now.